As you know, and as we said earlier, Indonesia is one of the countries that is still struggling to provide rural access to infrastructure despite successfully developing its urban areas. Do you think that will the ASEAN master plan on connectivity be good enough to provide connectivity to these off-grid areas?
It could serve as a start, but Indonesia is so huge in terms of its territory. It stretches like from San Francisco to Boston or London to Ankara. So it's the spread of the territory make the challenge of ASEAN connectivity will definitely serve the western part of Indonesia, but it may not help much in terms of the eastern part of Indonesia. There is a challenge on providing that infrastructure there. And I think I would like to continue that point. This is the part which our government needs to do more. Mentioned earlier about infrastructure, education, health service, and on top of that, rule of law. These are four things that when it is being privatized early, the fourth point cannot be privatized. There's no private rule of law enforcement there. But I think this is the part that needs a development. And I must also say that when we talk about inequality, yes, it's inequality in terms of income, but also inequality in terms of geography. And this is, I think, the challenge that Indonesia must address that perhaps is rather different than any other country in ASEAN. The challenge is not only about urban and rural, or between those who are educated and not educated, those who are working and not working, but also those who happen to live in the remote areas across the archipelago. No less than 5,000 islands inhabited in Indonesia. So a different strategy must be adopted to actually surface in terms of infrastructure development in Indonesia. One way to do that is Indonesia adopted decentralization policy. Since 2001, authority has been decentralized to local government. That helps in terms of speed of service. But on the other hand, the country is also experiencing a corruption issue. Follows decentralizations is authority at the local level in a corrupt institutions that may not help much. But I think as a design at the beginning, it is already there and it has helped to actually expedite government service at the local level, including addressing some of the infrastructure problem.